Nichols, Jimnichols, with Volvo Cars of North America. Official title, Product and Technology Communications Manager for North America.
That's many, many letters.
Many letters, yes. You won't fit it on the Chiron.
Hey everyone, it's Emmy Hall at TFL Car. I'm here with Jim Nichols, and he's got a really long, complicated title, so I'm just going to call him, he's the Volvo guy.
The Volvo guy.
He knows everything there is to know about the brand new, all designed, all redesigned 2016 XC90 T6.
Yes.
So, have at it. I mean, what do you want people to know most about this car?
Well, you know, it's hard because there's so much in the vehicle. It started with a clean sheet of paper and a complete and total redesign, and it's the most Volvo a Volvo has ever been. And so we're very excited about it. And you can see we still hold on to our heritage things like the iron mark and the grille, but also some new things with adding a new technology. There's a camera hidden in here,
right,
as well as the cameras in the dash, the cameras underneath the mirrors
because
in the rear.
I have the 360 on the inside, right? The bird's eye view.
That's right. So when you put it in reverse, you see this bird's eye view, which is great for seeing the little poles, little pillars. You're in a parking garage, kind of maneuvering around things. And also the new lighting is something that a lot of people see when they first look at the car. They see these Hammer of Thor headlights.
You said that today in the presentation,
yes.
And I was like, "What are the Hammer of Thor headlights?"
Well, you can see them here. I mean, it's got this T shape, this LED T shape. Now the headlights are fully LED, but the daytime running lamps are in this kind of T shape and more of that kind of hammer. So it has that kind of Scandinavian appeal on the exterior.
I was going to say, isn't Thor a Norwegian god? I don't know a lot of my Norse history.
It's a Scandinavian feature.
Okay,
so
all right. I got it.
Yes,
I got it.
So it works out very well. So from the exterior, everything from the shorter overhang, which kind of gives more of that luxurious feel, to the styling, it still has a classic Volvo styling, but it's definitely a modernized, more sleek approach.
Okay.
And so far, it's gotten a great response from people.
Right, because you guys have pre-sold a bunch of units already, and no one has even driven it.
That's right. 30,000 pre-sold.
That's crazy.
Just globally. And so we've been offering the opportunity for what we call designer choice online, where we've had designers from around the world come together and select specific colors and patterns to go with one another. And then, of course, we have our first editions, 1,927, which is the same as 1927, the start of the company, and they sold out within 48 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There certainly is a brand loyalty amongst Volvo drivers.
There is a brand loyalty, but what we know is that 150,000 luxury SUV buyers are looking to change brands every year. And so that's where we really see the opportunity for the XC90. It is a car that still has that Volvo core heritage of safety, of reliability, and now it has a new level of luxury that we think people are really going to enjoy.
My name is Lars Lagström, and I'm a product manager, senior product manager for the all-new XC90.
So I am here with Lars, and Lars, you know everything there is to know about this new tablet interface, yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. This is all brand new.
This is all brand new, and this is the first out within Volvo.
Okay.
And now we have the startup sequence here. And when you come to the car, you pull the handle, everything restarting, starting up. So it takes a couple of seconds because that's what it takes for you to sit in the seat and turn on the ignition. And then when you're ready to go, the system is ready.
Okay, so I have 4 tiles here.
Yeah.
And what's the advantage of this new system over the existing infotainment systems?
I mean, this is much more intuitive. This is based on the tablet or smartphone technique, so you are much more used to it, and it's only the swipes and the press, and you interact the exact same way as tablets and smartphones.
Okay, so there's a little menu bar kind of up here.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and on top you have go into the car settings and menus and so on, and then you can do different type of settings. You settings for the car, settings for the sound, navigation, for your media, communication, climate, and
so
system
this
setting.
is just to like set up the car how I like it, so every time I get in it, it's going to be the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you do one time.
Okay.
And then you close on that button.
Okay. And then this is all my...
This is your media.
Okay.
So if you have, now we have the series on here, you have your smartphone connected, then you will have your playlist from your smartphone.
Okay.
Or you have a USB stick in, you will have the music from there. You have the access for the FM radio and so on. Everything is there.
FM. Who listens to FM radio anymore? Come on. So let's talk a little bit about the autonomous driving. This is a big thing that's in the news lately. You know, we're going to have self-driving cars within 15 years.
Right.
How much does the XC90, the new XC90, how much can it drive itself?
Well, so the XC90 in the US comes equipped with what we call a lot of semi-autonomous features.
Okay.
So things like the adaptive cruise control, but also now pilot assist. We're under 30 miles per hour. The car will steer itself based on the vehicle in front of you. So bumper to bumper traffic, it's a lifesaver.
Okay, so up to 33 miles an hour, it will follow the car in front of me.
Yes.
What if the car in front of me does something bad?
Well, it does a number of things. It needs to, of course, see a pilot car in front of you, but it also needs to see proper lane markings on either side. So what it does is it sees that there's something in front of you to regulate speed and get a general idea of steering conditions, but also looks at the lane markings as well. So if the car in front of you goes to steer around a pothole, you are not going to follow. You're going to stay in that lane. But as the road kind of curves, you know, gently and or even, you know, more severe, like on PCH or something like that, you will follow the car in front of you. Yes.
That's fascinating. We haven't tried it yet. Honestly, it makes me a little nervous because I'm kind of old school.
Well, you know, for a lot of people, it can, but it's one of those things you need to experience for yourselves. And our whole approach to AD is choice. So even our fully autonomous cars, which we'll have 100 fully autonomous cars in consumer hands by 2017 in Sweden for a pilot project.
Right.
You get the option. You get the option of going AD, or you get the option of driving yourself, and that's what we view as still really important.
Okay, because I don't want my car to take over. I always want to have the option of being the person in control of the car at all times.
And what we found is among a lot of luxury buyers, they still like to be in full control of the vehicle. But you also have the buyers like myself. I mean, I live in the greater New York area, and I sit in traffic all day, every day. And adaptive cruise control has now become a very key part of my commute, because otherwise the rage just just boils. But when you get out of the car after using the adaptive cruise control and the pilot assist, you come out of the car feeling much calmer and relaxed than many times when you first get in the car.
Now you guys have this kick-ass sound system in here.
Yes, we have a Bowers & Wilkins sound system, and we have 19 speakers and an integrated subwoofer that is behind the ceiling in the rear that creates a tremendous bass through all the 7 seats in the car without being disturbing anyone.
Right.
Only getting good sound and good punch.
You know, I don't, my ear's not finely tuned towards the different sounds in terms of like stereo quality, but when we put this on and we put it on concert hall on the way up here, it's crazy. It's
lifting,
so good.
more or less, yeah,
it's amazing. It's literally, it's completely worth the $2,500 that this option is. Completely.
It's very good to hear, because we have put a lot of efforts into it, and also make sure that you really see that it's an advanced high-end system in the car. And so for wherever you're seated, you see these nice detailery we do with the stainless steel on the speaker grills and so on, and the center speaker, Nautilus top speaker that is from their heritage, from their speaker. That's always that discount speaker on the top of their home speakers.
And that's been a big part in this vehicle. Even all the sounds have been specifically tested where they provide more of a calming atmosphere. So even the warning signals we specifically looked at, we don't want to stun the driver with a warning and have them overcorrect or anything like that. So even the sounds have been studied very heavily where they have that kind of more soothing tone of letting you know that the vehicle needs attention but not making you nervous.
Right. And if you're a driver like me who doesn't necessarily want any, like I don't really need a lane keeping assist, those aren't my bag, I can go through and I can turn those things off. Okay. So, and then these are only the only redundant buttons in the entire car.
8 buttons. They are there for legal reasons and for convenience reasons.
Okay. What is this little guy here?
This is the in-car sensor. So it's not a SIM card or a SD card reader. It senses the temperature of the car, so it interacts with the climate system.
Oh, okay, got it.
And that is...
I know, it took us a while, and it kind of surprised me when I finally pressed it. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Like,
that is the glove box.
Yes, and it's cooled as well.
It's cooled. You can decide yourself if it's going to be cooled or not.
Well, I can put my 6-pack of Diet Dr. Pepper in there, and I'm ready for my road trip.
Yep, you are. You really are.
Lane keeping assist you can turn off. Our auto brake features are a feature that we do not make available to turn off. So auto braking includes things with our pedestrian detection, our bicyclist
Right,
detection,
right.
and our other vehicle detection, where you get to the point where the vehicle becomes too close and the computer has decided that a crash is inevitable, the car will automatically apply the brakes. That is a feature that remains on the entire time. And that's very important. And what's nice about that, though, is that our auto braking, and part of our city safety package, has been specifically designed to get scarily close to the objects, because we need to avoid false auto braking as much as possible.
Right. Especially, I mean, you know, if you're driving in the city, sometimes you have to get close
Yeah.
to the person in front of you. Sometimes you have to pull out and make a fairly risky left-hand turn, or you're never, ever, ever going to make it.
Right.
So-
So the system is smart enough to be able to detect those scenarios so that it really is only truly when an accident is imminent that it will take over. But there are even other ways that there are thousands of variables that go into it. If the driver suddenly pulls the steering wheel very hard to the side, the vehicle will have decided, all right, the driver has decided to take this action because the driver knows more than than the car.
Oh, good. So the car still knows that I'm the boss.
That you're the boss, yeah.
Well, this is kind of very much a revolutionary system that you all have here.
Yeah.
It's certainly one of the most intuitive that I've been in. So many different manufacturers. There's just submenus and menus and submenus, and nothing ever really flows. And this definitely flows much easier because at this point, most of us are used to a smartphone interface.
Yeah. And the good thing also with this is that you can use it with gloves. You can use it with your nails. You don't have to press with fingers, because
Oh, wow. Okay.
we have a unique system. It's an infrared touchscreen, so it's totally different from any other types of screens. So we have an infra layer on top, so you actually could hover above and change.
I could
but-
hoover above?
Yeah, and without touching it, it can change.
Oh my gosh.
So because we have an infra layer on top here.
Right,
So
right.
if you're a lady with long nails, you click with your nails and you do everything. You don't have to go down with your finger.
Right.
You can be
right.
very efficient.
So maybe that would stop all the fingerprints
Yep.
from getting on it. Like
So you can sweep like that with a nail. I don't have to do it.
Wow.
How can anyone not know that you're the boss?
I don't know. Well, I know, you should see some of the internet comments. So what is your favorite feature of this car?
Well, I have quite a few.
You can only give me one.
Oh, I can only give you one.
Yes.
Well, if I have to choose one, I would have to say it's probably the interface with our tablet touchscreen. The opportunity to have all the relevant information literally at your fingertips. It's not hidden behind menus anymore. We have the 4-tile system. It's fully integrated, such as the navigation into the gauge cluster, into the heads-up display. And what's great is the information is always readily available without being distracting. And I'm very proud of what Volvo has been able to accomplish with that.
We have started an interaction design office in Copenhagen for building this car. So we have learned from customers how do they interact and how they would like to interact.
Right.
So we listen in much because we took this decision for touchscreen, and we know that big problems with the touchscreens in the past of other vehicles. So we tried to do it the very, very best user-friendly we could.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it, Lars. I love it.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
A few quick questions about the powertrain.
Of course.
Because you are supercharged and turbocharged.
That's right.
Now, do you call that the super turbo or the turbo extraordinaire?
No, we don't have a fancy name for it.
No?
It's just good engineering. It's a supercharger and a turbocharger. So that's what's our T6 badge. So
Okay.
on our other vehicles, and not on the XC90, we don't have a T5 that's available in the United States. But on other vehicles, a T5 would be just turbocharged, and a
Okay.
T6 is a turbocharged and supercharged.
Okay.
And then, of course, the T8 is the dual engine, where an
Right.
electric motor
Right.
then is on top of the turbocharged and supercharged engine.
Oh, I thought it was just a dual motor. I didn't know that I got turbo and super
Turbo,
and
super,
hybrid.
and electric, yes.
Good Lord, that's a lot.
There's
That's very complicated.
there's a lot of engines, and technically there's 3 engines in there as well, because the starter and the generator
Right.
is considered another motor.
Right.
So
Wow. So this will be supercharged up till about 3,500 RPM, and then the turbo kicks in.
and then
to
the
take
turbo
it from
kicks in
there.
on the top end.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here you can
Driver performance.
yes, then you can see that. That's a
Oh, okay, that's where that is.
so then you have your trip computer there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. What else is here?
and that's buttons. You can scroll up to see more buttons, and then you can take the button. You can take the button and move it where you would like to have it. I would like to have it there instead.
Oh,
That's my
cool.
favorite position.
Cool.
And then you swipe back, and then you press the screen. Then you have the home screen again. And then
And now this is on my home screen. My driver performance is on
yeah,
my home screen.
so it's there. So every time you change from here, put something up here, you have this sound experience. It comes on the home screen.
Oh. Okay.
And
Okay.
and in the autumn we will have populate this place with Apple CarPlay.
Okay.
So when we have that function here, it's Apple CarPlay, then it will pop up here in the low position. Then you will have the keyboard for your phone and you have the Apple
Right,
map and
right,
everything
right.
there.
As someone who
Thank
is
you.
seriously old school about her car and technology in the car, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I normally don't like any of this kind of stuff.
because we had one when we had the press drives in Spain, and one of the American journalists were there and said that, oh, this doesn't work. We can't do that. I can't improve the sound or the change stations. Then we had the FM radio on, and then we went to change the manual tuning because he wanted a tuner.
Right.
But here you have a tuner.
Right. Yeah, and what's nice is that it is very seamless. You don't have any
Yes.
kind of turbo lag like you have in just regular turbocharged 4-cylinders. You mean the power is there right off the line, which is it's difficult to get in a car that's just only turbocharged.
Right. Well, you know, at Volvo, we've been developing turbochargers for a very long time. Turbos has been part of our heritage. So we've gotten a lot of good experience in building the turbochargers, and now with the superchargers, and now with our new Drive E engines. It's amazing, really, what power you're able to get out of a 4-cylinder, 2-liter engine.
Yeah.
And that's why people talk about this in relation to the XC90. As you've seen in driving it, plenty of power and plenty of seamless power to do whatever it is that you need to do on the roadway.
Yeah.
And then you can search by handwriting.
Yeah, we figured that out. That's pretty cool.
And then you can have a normal keyboard as well. So now we came into the searching there. Library, and you have the keyboard, and then you press in, and then you free transcription.
Yes, we did that too.
Yeah.
But this was pretty swank.
Yeah.
What happens if I do a smiley face? Does it recognize anything? No.
Well, it
thinks
becomes
it's
a
a
letter. Yeah.
So, since it's a Scandinavian car and we've got some empty roads here, can we go do some Scandinavian flicks?
Scandinavian flicks?
Yeah, a little Scandinavian flick to get you around the corner. Come on, Jim.
I can't officially say.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for bringing us out here to Ojai.
course.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous location, and thankfully the rain has quit for a few minutes.
Yes,
so.
California needs the rain.
Yes. Thanks so much for joining us, y'all. I'm Emmy Hall with TFL Car here with Jim Nichols, the Volvo guy. Hey, you can go to tflcar.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews, and you can check us out on all of those social medias. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. We'll see you soon. Bye.